Hello everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Donna. Today I am making up a apple crumb cake, and this is what you'll be needing. It is fall now, so we're all ready for our baking with our apples and pumpkins or whatever it is you like to bake up. So let's go ahead and jump in. In my bowl I have my butter, and it is melted. That's 2 sticks, one cup melted butter. And to that, I'm going to add in 1 3/4 cups of brown sugar. Get that in there. And I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour and 1 1/4 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. And I'm just going to get this mixed up really well. This will be our crumb topping, and a little bit for the middle there. Just get this mixed up. Okay, we got that all mixed up. Now it's going to be clumpy looking. Now if you mix yours up, because sometimes that will happen, it just depends how much flour you're getting into your cup. If it looks too wet, just add a tablespoon at a time now of more flour. Now this is going to, it's important to make this first. That way that butter will start hardening up again, and then you can break it all up even better. So if you think, just don't over add flour to it because it's going to be more wet. All right, let's get this out of the way. And get our bowl there with 1 stick of butter, which is a 1/2 cup. Let me move this here so y'all can see. And I'm going to put in there, okay, so let me get my oven preheated, guys. I forgot to do that. 350. Okay, now I'm going to add my sugar in there, which is 1 cup, and this is room temperature. Make sure your butter is soft, not melted, soft. And I'm going to beat this up for a few minutes, just until everything's nice and light. Okay. Now to that I have a tablespoon of vanilla, and I have 2 room temperature eggs. Let's do 1 at a time. And 2. And I'm going to add in my 1/4 cup of cinnamon applesauce. Scrape down your bowl. Another quick mix. Okay. Now, to that, let me move this out of the way. Over here, in my bowl, I have my flour, 2 cups. Okay. And to that, I'm going to be adding 1 teaspoon of the baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to whisk that up a bit here. And we'll just get this added right to our wet mixture here. Okay. Whoops. Forgot my nutmeg. That goes in your flour. 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, ground nutmeg. And everything is there in the description there in the beginning, you can see. I'm going to add a little bit of flour at a time. And I have 1 cup of sour cream. And you don't want to overmix. Flour in. And let me get the rest of my sour cream here. I mean, this dough works out either way. You could just put all the sour cream and all the flour. It's like a never fail. It just, as long as your measurements are correctly. And don't pack your flour cup, guys. Do proper measurements on your flour, because if you go in and pack them cups with flour and not do proper measurements, I always bring that up, always, because I don't want y'all to waste all those ingredients and all that hard effort you put in to make this delicious cake, and you get a hard, dry cake. So please don't overpack those flour cups. Just until everything's moistened here. Okay. Can you put that over there for me, please? Okay. See there, it's a nice, thick batter here, and that's how you want it. Okay, we're going to get 2 cups of chopped Granny Smith apples. Chop your apples right when you're getting ready to start. And just bite-sized pieces. You don't want them too small, but you don't want them so small where you don't even recognize they're there, right? So I'll get these chopped up. Okay, I have my 9-inch spring foam pan oiled really well. And I'm going to spread half of our, just kind of go down the middle. That way you can get an idea. Just use half of it. And we're going to put half of that right down into our pan here. Just half. You want to have enough for the top. So who's ready for fall? Let me see them comments on what your plans on, or what you're planning on making. What's your favorite thing? Gives us all ideas. Something new, delicious. We really love this. Love it with a hot cup of coffee. But I'm just spreading this out. Get all around the bottom there. Now I'm going to put in my apples. I'll drop right on top of here. It's an easy cake. It's just getting everything out and getting your butter melted. But other than that, it comes together pretty quick. But we'll get these apples all over it. I do 2 to 2.5 cups of apples. I think those were medium apples I used. Not real big. And these are Granny Smith. And just make sure they're spread out here. We want everybody to have some of that apple. Now, on top of this, we'll add our crumble topping here. Now, as you can see, this tightened up because of that butter. With clean hands, just kind of break up those clumps. See there, they'll just all break up for you. But I'll continue doing this. And the same with your cake batter there. Just kind of separate it because you want half for the middle, half for the top. Okay. Now you can make your crumbs here large as you want. If you like them big old clumps on yours, go right ahead. Your cake, right? And then on top of this, we'll get the rest of that cake batter. Then we'll go some more for the rest of this crumble topping here. It's good stuff, guys. Got all those nice fall flavors in here. So many of us just wait for this day to come. But the weather sure ain't here yet. Not in Texas, it ain't. We're still in our 90s. But long as we know it's coming. Okay. Now I'm going to get the rest of my cake batter on top. Just kind of dollop it on here and all around it. That way you know you can spread it out more easy. And once this starts baking, oh, does it smell good. But I'll continue. All right, got all my cake batter, so just gently smooth it out. Trying not to disturb a whole lot of that crumb there. And just bring it over to the sides. And I will continue once again. Okay, got that pretty well even across there. Now, the rest of my crumble topping. And like I said, you can leave these clumps as big as you want. And it's going to go in the oven at 350, the middle rack there in the oven. Mine usually bakes about an hour, maybe 70 minutes or so. But as long as your toothpick comes out clean, you're good to go. Because this hot cake will keep cooking as it comes out. All right, there we have it. In the oven it goes. See you guys back in a bit. Okay, my friends, there's the apple cake. Don't that look delicious? I tell you what, it sure smells good in here. But anyway, mine baked for 65 minutes. Now, ovens vary. Now, when you go in with a toothpick and it comes out with just a little bit of moisture, that's normal. Don't forget, you got the wetness of the apples in there. As long as you don't come out with a bunch of cake batter, you're good. And this has been cooling for about an hour. And when I released it from the springform pan, I just kind of put my butter knife down on the side of it and just released it. And voila, there it is. Okay, so that's been cooling, as I said, about an hour. You want that completely cool before we put this little bit of icing on it. Now, in my bowl here, I have 2 cups of confectionery sugar, or powdered sugar. And I have about 3.5 tablespoons of applesauce, right in with the powdered sugar. And I put 3 big dashes of cinnamon in it. You could put much cinnamon in it as you want. And we're just going to pour this right into our little baggie here and snip the end of it and just drizzle it on that cake. And we'll let this frosting set up. I like to let the frosting set up before I cut it. So that's what we're going to do. Just pull that right up out of your bag or out of your cup. And we'll get this cake back over here. And I'm just going to snip the end of this. However big you want the drizzle. I cut mine pretty small. And I'll just take this and just drizzle it. You drizzle it on there however you want. And we'll just let this set up. But it smells so good in here right now. My goodness. Do a big old circle around it. Nice. And there we go. We will let that set up and we'll cut a slice up with y'all here in a bit. Okay, everyone. I let it set maybe 20 to 25 minutes where that icing is nice and firm on there. And here's a slice of that. See those apples in there? Well, you can't really see them that well, but that's all apple right there. And I'm going to get a bite with you all. Boy, is that good. It is so delicious, you guys. You have to give this a try if you like apples. so delicious and moist. Just don't overbake your cake. But there it is, guys. And for those of you that haven't subscribed, if you're enjoying the channel, please subscribe. It helps my channel. And make you up a cake. It is fall, as I said. Couldn't ask for a better dessert than that. Besides maybe pumpkin, right? Well, I'd be lying. I like apple cake better than I do pumpkin, I think. What about you, Curtis?
I like apple better.
The apple cake. We love this stuff. But you guys go ahead and make you up some. If there's anything I ever forget, always look in the description. Always, because I'll leave it in there if I forget, like the oven temp or anything like that. And we will see you guys, I guess, next week. Make you up some cake. And go check out my merch. Bye-bye.